All right, looks like we're up and running. So, good evening. Uh, Tonight we're going to uh, plan out the floor, the optional flooring for our layout room because we're having a steel building built, and in the back half, I'm going to build the layout in, and we're going to be uh, planning out right now the optional flooring for it. This optional flooring will be for when, if there's no concrete floor in the back half of the building. And then after we get the flooring done, because it shouldn't take us too terribly long to get it done, because I've been getting a little better at using my program, Third Planet. So if we get the floor done with some spare time, because I don't want to stream for too many hours, uh, we'll try to uh, come up with I guess you could say, an area within the room that we're going to be building our layout, so we can kind of get an idea of the dimensions, the outside dimensions of it, and then we can kind of play around with different shapes and that kind of thing. And we could actually start trying to lay down some track and that kind of stuff. We haven't received the blueprints yet, or the plans for the building yet. Uh, I called the project manager today, and it's still being worked on. So, in the meantime, instead of sitting around waiting, I just decided to use this downtime to actually get the flooring uh, designed. That way, if I do have to go that route, I'll already have it done. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Um, just checking a few things here. All right. So what we did is I already went in and I added two new, or couple new layers. I've got the walls two layer and the foundation optional layer. I already had the floor optional layer created. So tonight we're going to work on the foundation. So we'll go into our layer dialog here, and we'll go ahead and we'll turn on the foundation optional and the floor optional. Well, actually, we'll leave the floor optional deselected right now. We'll just have the foundation. That way we're not going to screw up anything. So we'll go ahead and select our foundation optional as the as our layer, and let's go ahead and we'll enable the markers. Basically, that's just where this is the 30 foot mark here, and then this is the half mark for our 24-foot uh, expanse here. So this is sitting at the 12-foot mark. These two here are basically where the door might be, but we're not really going to worry about too much about these right now. So we're going to go in and let's go ahead and select. Let's see. Let's go Yeah, let's go with the 2x2. And then what we can do is go into our settings, I think it is. Go down here to wood, go to 2x2. We could actually change this to a 4x4 because that's what our foundation is going to be. So let's go ahead and do 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, so now let's see if this works. So let's zoom in here. Oh, okay. Let's go to our select tool. We'll highlight that. All right, so now that's one thing that I kind of figured out. Most of the time when I'm trying to draw these straight lines, uh, I get off just a little bit. And if you go in here up to this part here, you just select the item that's the lowest value, and you just change it to 0, and it'll straighten it out. So now what we want to do is go into this layer here and actually see, yeah, see it's still showing it up as a 2x2. So we'll change it here to a 4x4. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so now we're just going to copy this and drag it back here. But we're not going to be able to go all the way across because we're going to have to shorten this up a little bit. Because now this board has to fit in between these two, the support beams. Oh, we didn't want to draw another copy, so we'll go ahead and get rid of one. So we'll get that as close as we can to the wall. That looks about good. And then we'll move down here. And we'll extend the length to about right there. There's something like that. Same thing, gonna have to change it. I don't know why it's doing that, but maybe I'm not doing something right. But anyway, we can do it this way. It's no biggie. that a little closer. Yep, that's too overlapping our wall too much. And this side over here. Okay, so what we need, let's see, oh, 288. All right, so now yeah, let's slide this guy to that outside of that. All right, what we'll do for these back posts is we'll come about right here or so. We're still zoomed in, that's why we're taking a little while here. All right, so set that there. Move him up a little bit. Move him over. Okay, come on. Speed up, speed up. Should be the same length, I would think. Alright, so something like that for our 4x4 footer foundation. And then we'll put another one in right here in the middle, going across. Alright, we're moving right along here. 3 and 3. Alright, and we'll just zoom in, get this right on that line, and then we'll butt this one right up against that guy there. And we'll scooch over here. Like that. Alright, so that's looking pretty promising. Alright, so that's not too bad for our foundation. Alright, so now the next thing that we're gonna do, let's see here, how long is this board? So we're 371. So, oop, where's my calculator? I must have closed it. Okay, so let's see. Let's go 372 divided by 12. And we should be 20 or 31. Okay. 31 feet. Yeah, okay. So I was wanting to make sure that I had 30 feet on the inside for the layout, because I can creep into the garage area, because 30 foot is going to be more than enough uh, space to get my pickup truck parked in here if I need to. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop that. Alright, so now the next thing that we're going to do is let's go in and select our floor. Make it the active layer. And now we want to select a 1x6, and we'll make it a 2x6. Okay, so now let's see here. Half of that, half of a 4x4 is 3.5, 3 3/4, or 1 3/4. So let's just play here. Let's go ahead and select our tool. We're going to go here, draw this line. it's not, you're not really going to be able to see that line. So for now, we'll turn off the foundation. We'll make this our 2x6. Oh, 1 and 3/4. Okay. We'll slap them like that. What the hell? I thought I extended it. There we go. Come on, mouse. All right. 'Alright, there we go. 288. 288 divided by 12. 24 feet. Okay. That's what we want to be at. Okay, let's copy this line, although we're going to have to shorten it for this side, but that's all right. At least now we have a duplicate of that line. So let's go ahead and draw this one. We're just going to draw it. We're going to go all the way come on. What? Why did it do that? Now what I could do is in that board there, we'll zoom in. We can end this board on that side of that, and then move this to the wall like that. Okay. And we'll probably shorten this 4x4 that's over here underneath. Let's go ahead and shorten. Alright, so let's slide this up. Now we can slide her down. Check where our front is at. It should be right up against this board here. Yeah, my mouse isn't the greatest. It's a gaming mouse. And making these fine adjustments with this is really not working out too well. But I guess it'll do. Alright, so now we'll draw. Now let's do the same thing that we did on that other side to see if this is going to line up where we need it to. Just wanted to make sure that we're in line. We're doing pretty good. I'm not going to worry about the other end right now. And then we'll draw this guy. I don't care if it's crooked, I can straighten that. Just go up here, change the 3/16 to 0, and bloop, now we got a straight line. Something like that. Then we'll draw another line over here. Well, that sucks.